fuck, why did I do that? What is up, guys? It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I apologise for that. There's been a couple of things that have been going on in my life that I had to get sorted out before I could go back to doing this. I have kept up a social appearance on Instagram. I finally hit my 1,000 followers, and this is awesome because I'm doing a giveaway now for that 1,000 followers, and what I'm giving away is $100 worth of cleaning product from a locally made soap, wheel cleaner and chamois here in Australia. The company is called Super Syrup. They do killer work. I am so stoked to be a part of giving this away. So pretty much what you get is a 2-litre bottle of the Super Syrup cleaning product. You also get the Bloodbath wheel cleaner. Thing works a treat. I'm going to do a video on that one day coming up, just on how well it cleans your car. And also the chamois. Now the thing is so thick, it absorbs so much water. You guys have to see it. It's unreal. But yeah, so if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, give me a subscribe, go into the draw. I've hit 998 followers. I'm going between 1,002 to 998. So once I get an established 1,000 is when I'm going to give it away, because I don't want people just joining it to get put in the draw and then leave. And it's just, I don't feel like I want to give away something to someone that doesn't appreciate it. So you guys as car enthusiasts, I know you'll stick around and keep up to date with my build. So I'll give it away once I have a proper steady 1,000 followers. So get on that now, because I say in about a week's time it's definitely going to be giving away. Now the one thing that I want to talk about definitely today, and the main thing about this video, is the reason of why you should buy a daily drive. Now it's not for everybody, everyone has different financial positioning, but for me and for a lot of other people, I feel like when you're doing a kind of like a big build where it costs a hefty amount of dollars, if you can't afford to do $2 grand in a daily drive car, then you maybe shouldn't be doing a big build. But nevertheless, even if you're doing a big build or a small build and you want a daily drive, this is the reasons why you should buy them and the cons as to why maybe you shouldn't. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my not so much of an Evo, which is my daily drive. Alright, so as you can see in the background just there is the daily drive that I do drive. It's just a 99cc Lancer. I like to call it the Evo, which is good because, you know, I have both worlds. I got the Subaru S2 and the Mitsubishi Evo, which is fucking awesome. You know, you get the best of both worlds. Alrighty, so I'm going to start speaking about why you should consider buying a daily drive vehicle, and these are my reasons, experiences and opinions. Number one is racking up miles and kilometers on the vehicle. That is your pride and joy. So daily commuting to work and back every day, especially if it's a far distance, say 30 miles or 50 kilometers a day in total, just traveling to work and back, plus then anywhere else that you want to go during the weekends or long traveling, you'll be putting a lot of kilometers and miles on the vehicle every year, and that's just putting wear on the car, and eventually you have your major services coming up a lot quicker. You'll be coming up to more problems on the car that where, say, your 200,000 kilometer mark or your 150,000 mile mark. And I know it's not a bad thing if you keep the car maintained, it will go forever, but I like the feeling of having a low kilometer and mile car. It just feels good in my own personal mind. And that's why when you buy a daily drive and you don't care about the kilometers on it because it's only worth scrap, so that's number one. Number two is fuel economy. In the daily drive, you'll be spending less on fuel each week. So I spent $35 on the little Lancer over here compared to $70 to $75 on the Subaru, which is good. So I get the same amount of distance in them both for the full tank. So I'm definitely not complaining about that. Now, insurancing the Subaru, for someone like me that's only 22, driving a high performance vehicle, I'm spending $180 a month on my car, and that is because I have recently put finance over top of the vehicle, so I'm paying an extra $30 on top of that, or sorry, $45 on top of that a month because it's now financed. That is just because I'm going on a US trip, and I wanted to just have that extra cash there ready to pay for it, and also to get a good credit rating for when I go to buy a home. But whereas the Lancer, I pay about $31 for full comprehensive insurance a month, because it's only worth $2,000, and it's an everyday car. It's not a high performance vehicle. There's parts everywhere for them. So you know how insurance companies work. So there's that. Now you're not as fussed as obtaining, say, a certain scratch on the car or cleaning the car as much when it's a daily drive, because you care about the car, of course, but you're not meticulously over obsessive with it. Whereas with the Subaru, as soon as I got a new scratch, I was freaking out. I was like I just wasn't having a good time every time I found a new car, and I'd clean it every 4 days when I was driving it daily, because I just didn't like how the black started to go after a couple of days of daily driving. So with the little blue thing, you don't see much on it because it's blue. It looks alright most of the time. The body's pretty beaten up as it is already, but it's got low kilometers and it's pretty healthy for a car. So it's only a daily drive commuter, so I don't really care what happens to it. Which brings me to another thing. I work night shifts at a fast food outlet. I'm a manager there, and I have a lot of threats against the cars when I'm parked there, because if you refuse service to someone that's intoxicated, not allowed to be on the venue or whatever, you have to just deny them service. And when they get a bit aggressive, they can do stupid shit. So I've had people throw glass bottles through our windows at work, and the last thing I want to do is have someone slash my tyres or key my car or just anything like that. Whereas if that happened to the Lancer here, I wouldn't really mind. It would suck, but I would definitely, because the body's already kind of not in top nick, I wouldn't mind if it got a key scratch around the whole car. Like, it's a nuisance, but it's not devastating. If I had that around the Subaru, I would have to get that fixed. I'd be paying in excess of $5-6 grand to get it re-sprayed, and I would do that because I wouldn't be happy with how the car is. So another thing is your maintenance costs are a lot lower on your daily drive. So servicing it costs peanuts, tyres cost peanuts, they go forever because you're not driving them hard. They're not high performance, they don't have things that go really wrong with them, they last quite a long time. It's just, you can do a lot more on them yourself than, say, high performance vehicles. When something goes wrong, you got to take it to a specialist most of the time, unless you're kind of cluey with that sort of stuff. Whereas the little Lancer over here, it's like, you want to do like anything to it really, you can just kind of pull it apart because it's not too complicated. Whereas the Subaru is a bit more. That's just in my opinion. I've done all my servicing on this myself, whereas I like the logbooks on that one, so I pay the premium price of getting it serviced by a specialist. And that's another thing, is you learn a bit more about your car, a bit more about cars in general when you buy daily drive, because you're working it on yourself, which is kind of cool. Another thing with driving your little Lancer, my little Lancer around, is I get to enjoy the STI a lot more, because I'm not driving it every day. I don't have that I'm used to the power of the Subaru. I remember when I was daily driving it, I was craving more, and I was really ready to just do a bigger build straight away and just make it faster and faster every time, and I was getting used to it every time. But since driving the Lancer, it's got no guts, and I might drive that 5 days a week, and then I drive this once a week, or maybe even once a fortnight. When I get in the Subaru, I love it. I get this thrill. It's like, oh my god, this is actually a fast car. It's not slow. It's got guts behind it. It's quick. It beats things off the line. It's just, you get to appreciate the car more when you're driving it, and that's awesome. And I was really happy, because now I've saved a bit of money with not doing a massive build. Like, I can do a build, but not crazy top, because I wanted to do 400 kilowatts, which is 500 horsepower, which was going to cost me an arm and a leg. But now I could be happy with doing a 400 horsepower or 360 horsepower build, because I know it'll be fast every time I drive it. If work is being done on the Subaru, you now have a daily drive that you can drive around in. So you can leave this with your mechanic for months on end, because you have something else to drive. Whereas if you had that, you'd need to catch buses, or you'd need to find your own way around, or eventually buy your daily drive. So it's better to have it there ready at every time when you need it, which is awesome. Now, there's no stress around driving this around police. So that's awesome, because every time I drive this, I'm thinking, shit, am I going to get defected? Am I going to get pulled over? Is something going to happen to my car? Am I going to fork out some money for it today because some cop is having a bad day? I I do stress about this Subaru because my tail lights, they're illegal here in Australia. Like, they're a big eye catcher for police. But luckily, touch wood, I haven't had a single problem with them yet. But you know, I might not have a problem for 2 years, and then one day, bang, that's it. It's all over. I have a problem. But with the Lancer, you don't have any problems. You know, as long as it's serviced, you got good tires, you're going to get away with a lot. So yeah, they're my main reasons as to why I've bought a daily drive and my experiences. Now I can tell you a couple of things why you shouldn't buy one. Now, financial positioning, obviously you're paying 2 lots of everything, so if you can't afford it, don't put yourself through that financial hardship. It's not worth it. You'll be paying behind in bills all the time, which is not good. You become a little disconnected from the Subaru, I find. I find myself sometimes not wanting to drive the Subaru because I'm too tired and I'm not getting to enjoy it as much as I should. But that's just part and parcel of having 2 cars. And another thing is you got to keep up with 2 cars. You know, you got to maintenance costs. You got to make sure, you know, your tyres are well on that one, your tyres are well on this one. You got to make sure your tail lights are working in both of them. You know, just little things like that. You got to check your car over and make sure everything's working on it. And I've noticed when I drive the Lancer, I come across so many more high-performance vehicles like Skylines, Supras, other Subarus, Evos, and it kind of sucks because, you know, it's like you're appreciating their car, and they look at you and you're like kind of gawking at that car and they're like laughing at you because you're driving a Lancer, but little do they know I have a fucking $60,000 Subaru at home, which they have no idea about because I'm driving a Lancer. So that's a little disappointing, and that's something that I've come to terms with is I am daily driving to work, so that's all I use it for. You sometimes have the urge to modify your new vehicle that you buy. So I've thought about lowering the suspension and just putting a nice set of wheels on it, just to make it look a bit cleaner, a little bit more subtle and not so stocky. But I look at it, I'm like, the body's a bit crap. Everything on it is just stock already. There's no point in doing anything. It's just a daily drive. Eventually I'll get rid of it. And yeah, there's nothing really to do to it, I suppose. There's nothing you can really do. You don't want to make it look too ricey. You don't want to look like an idiot. But the biggest thing that I don't like about having a daily drive is you don't have that race car feel. You don't have that power. You don't get to weave in and out of traffic. You kind of like that grandpa that's driving in the left-hand lane because the car just has no guts. And that pretty much concludes my reasons as to why I have a daily drive and my experiences and opinions. If you guys have anything to add, definitely put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Chuck me a follow on Instagram, chuck me a follow on or subscription on YouTube. Everything's sweet. So thanks guys, have a good one.
You ain't messing with the flow, you ain't messing with my vision. Messing with the money, you ain't messing with decisions. Yeah, you messing with the team, then you messing with the squad. Mess with one of us, you be messing with them all, yeah.